The hell are we talking about?
Buc-ee's, dude.
Buc-ee's.
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 Buc-ee's?
You ever been to Buc-ee's?
Buc-ee's is the best.
You should go to Buc-ee's.
I'm going.
You been?
Twice.
Oh, same day?
Oh, yeah. Buc-ee's!
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 Buc-ee's! Buc-ee's! Buc-ee's!
Between Two Bridges, a business-to-business podcast. This episode is presented by Wash. Visit the new convenient pickup and drop-off location at 21 Brilliant Avenue in Aspinwall, or click pickupwashdeliver.com and see how easy it can be to do the wash. This episode is also brought to you by One Tom Plumber. Fast, reliable, affordable, 24/7 plumbing and drain cleaning services throughout the Pittsburgh area. Save this number, 412-307-7622.
What's up, man?
What's up, buddy?
How the fuck's it going? Another
Good.
week. What's up, man? Just kidding.
What's up?
You know, we're fucking living the life. Woke up to a flat tire this morning.
That's always a good way to start a day.
Yeah, you know, and I've got in the garage after and wanted to just fucking throw shit, you know, because it was that kind of morning. And then I realized, you know, I never like look at the passenger side of my vehicle ever, unless I've been like out. Like when I was in my 20s and I come home, like the next morning I looked at all four corners to make sure I didn't ding something up. But for some reason I went around to the passenger side of the van, so it was like shit. So, I mean, I could have cruised halfway down the driveway and then ruined the tire, but put some air in it, got it going for a little bit, put some more air in it, got it going for a little bit. Good thing I didn't have to deliver clothes today. That would have been a bitch. You know, 10 pounds of air, one stop, 10 pounds of air, one stop. But yeah, it's all good. So now these cars nowadays, none of them come with a spare tire.
Your van doesn't have a spare tire?
No, my van was the year they stopped putting spare tires in. And I'm, you know, so now there's not really a spot for it. You know, so like even if you went out and bought a spare rim and tire, it's going to be in the way all the fucking time.
Yeah, it's going to be sitting in a trunk.
And I don't know. I just think the spare tire thing, they saved a fortune, probably.
Yeah. What are you supposed to do? Like, you just call AAA, I guess.
Well, they give you like the air pump that plugs into your cigarette lighter, but I'm like, if you just rip the tire off the rim, you're just going to find the valve stem over here and fucking just hope for the best. Like, woo, we're blowing air through a valve stem here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess call AAA, and then what's AAA going to do? They're going to come flatbed it.
Yeah.
Drag it up, probably fuck the rim up. I called a garage locally here. I'm not going to say their name because it was epic with the bullshit I was hearing in the background, because I could talk to the person, but I heard the other mechanic talking to somebody on the phone, and they were talking about how when your car hits 15% engine oil life, you are already past due for your inspection or for your oil change, because the manufacturer doesn't know that we live in a hilly climate with cold weather. And I was like, they're selling a fucking line of bullshit to someone. Like, dude, I think when the car hits 0%, you probably still have 20%. You know what I mean? Like, who knows?
Yeah, I don't think I buy what he was selling. But,
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it seems shockingly long before the car's like, hey, I need an oil change.
Right.
And I'm like, well, we're going a lot of miles here. But, yeah, I don't know if I buy that, because doesn't the car know?
Yeah, the car should know.
That percentage is not...
Based on
the car's not
mileage.
programmed to be like, every 6,000 miles, you need to be at 0%. It's based on how you're driving it, and you know, whether it's highway, whether it's... Oh, really?
Look at that. That's a producer word right there.
That's right.
Viscosity.
Viscosity.
Dude, the viscosity of this coffee is perfect. Did I use it correct in a sentence? Can you say it again? I'm going to try to spell it.
So in case anybody didn't hear Nate, because he is not mic'd up, apparently it depends on the manufacturer. Some cars are based on time, and some are based on the viscosity of the oil.
And none of them are based on the hilly climate that you live in. So that dude got an oil change when he didn't need one, put 2 gallons of blinker fluid in it, fucking away he went. But that's like, I mean, if you can find a trustworthy mechanic or someone you trust, you stick with them, because that's the shit that happens, you know? And we're older now, and we're guys, so we're fortunate. We probably don't get the same bullshit, you know what I mean? But females, they get taken advantage of. Young kids get taken advantage of.
Know.
I mean, how many cabin air filters? I mean, Jiffy Lube makes $3 million a year on cabin air filters.
Have you ever changed a cabin air filter?
Never.
Yeah.
Never. I
don't. In all fairness, I don't usually keep vehicles long enough to need one.
You don't even change the oil in them.
Yeah, not really.
When's the last time you bought a set of tires for a vehicle?
Oh no, I've had to buy tires. My white truck, I had to buy tires for.
Okay.
They went surprisingly fast, but.
Well, yeah, and then when I bought that van, I got a good deal on it, and I liked it had black rims. I thought that was a good looking feature. Well, now that I got to get tires for it, I'm not really digging that feature because they're 20-inch rims. And as you start to think about it, 20-inch rims, those cars don't ride as nice as cars with regular rims.
No, in fact, many trucks ago, I had a Sierra that had 22-inch wheels because I was like, oh man, they're badass. They look great.
Right.
And, I was driving it for a while, and then I had to send it in to the dealership for warranty work. So they gave me a loaner, right? And it was just a lower package pickup truck, and it had 20-inch wheels. And I'm like, man, this truck rides so much better. And I was driving a Denali. My truck was a Denali. So I'm like, why is this SLE with cloth interior riding better? Yeah. And it was the tires. It had 20-inch tires, 20-inch wheels on it, versus the 22s that were on my truck.
Yeah, tires make a difference. And I always would, like when you're younger, you're like, give me the cheapest tires. The tires do make a difference. I had this 250, F-250, and I bought tires at like Pep Boys that were junky tires. Dude, and the truck like rattled going down the road. It was obnoxious. I had to turn around and go back. I was like, I can't. You sold me retreads, I think, dude. I've had retreads that ran better than these.
Yeah.
So it's important. Tires are important. And this morning I only had 3. Didn't have a spare.
Definitely can't go with 3.
No, it was in the front right, so I figured if I leaned left and gassed it, we could get some pin flipping going on. But what I was thinking about throughout all this was like, dude, if someone comes to me one day and says, hey man, I used to own my own dry cleaners, I own my own business, you got any work for me? I'm hiring them on the spot. Because like, I thought about calling off. My boss didn't answer. I can't call off. Now I'm panicking.
And every time you try calling him, somebody was beeping in.
Yeah, it's like, it's so annoying. And then I'm thinking like, all right. And then today when I'm driving, putting air in it and driving 10 minutes down the road and putting air in it to get to a place to put a plug in it to keep going, to get done what I got to get done. I'm like, I should have called off this morning. Like, I should just call and tell someone else. But like there is nobody else. And then like you get the nice text message from Sarah, how's your morning going?
Yeah.
Because she didn't know this was going on. I'm like,
fuck.
I sent her a picture of the tire and was like, good. Like, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
What's she going to do, and she had to work Wednesdays. She works the store. So on a typical morning, I could have been like, I'm taking the Bronco and I'll be back to deal with this. But like, she needed to go to work too. So I couldn't call her and be like, call off today.
Yeah.
And then my phone's ringing again. I'm like, what the fuck? So, and I think it's funny though, because your people, like your employees, like as much as they can be a pain in the ass, a blessing and a curse, they do have a good spidey sense of when shit's hit the fan in your life. Like, because everybody kind of just did their thing today. Like there wasn't many questions. Like on a normal day, I get more questions. Today it was like,
I'm going to leave him.
Yeah, washing machines were getting unloaded and loaded and like shit was happening behind the scenes. And I was like, oh, that's cool. So, and we'll document it here. We got a full week out of the new guy. So sooner or later, he won't be the new guy anymore. Hopefully. He's doing a good job. And he doesn't watch this because he doesn't know this show. Well, what if he's our biggest fan? Maybe that's why
he applied.
Yeah. So,
I want to work for that guy.
Yeah. But so it's that's working out. It's the way our business works though. You can't find an accountant like 2 weeks before tax season, like before the busy time. You hire them in the slow time, and then you got to pay them through the slow time and then ramp it back up. But we're getting there. It's working out. Just got some new customers at the Aspinwall store that started picking up a little bit. So hanging out, living my best life. As they say, what do the kids say nowadays? They don't say that kind of shit anymore. There's all kind of words I heard last couple of days.
It's wild. Their vocabulary, I just don't understand half of it. And I'm like, what did you just say?
Yeah. And
my daughter calls me bruh. Bruh. I'm like, dude, I'm dad.
Well, we called our dads dude.
Yeah.
You know?
I still call my dad dude.
And they were like, I would say something like, oh, that's sick. When it was cool, my dad would be like, what are you, sick? What are you talking about? So, you have a good Father's Day?
I did. It was nice. Chill.
Yeah. I got a bone to pick with my kids' school, man. Last year, the teachers sent them home for the summer with like Father's Day cards that they made in class.
Did you get one this year?
They didn't do it this year.
Fuck Dad.
I'm like, dude, Dad just gets shit on, dude.
Mm-hmm.
They fucking, not only did I not get a Father's Day card, they slashed my fucking tire. Fucking kids.
How about my kid's school does donuts with Dad one morning.
Yeah, we don't do any of
And
that
then muffins with Mom, you know? So last year, donuts with Dad, I go, and it's in the gym. You know, they set up all these tables and they have donuts and coffee and shit. And I walk in and Vinny goes one direction and sits with his friends. Ainsley goes another direction and sits with her friends. And I'm like, okay.
I'm a roll.
So sounds like I'm going to have donuts by myself. This is great. I'm glad I did this.
Note to self.
Yeah.
So, well, Vinny will be at the high school this year.
He will. He's starting at the high school next year. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's wild, dude.
Yeah. Where do you hear the words he says now when he comes home from high school?
You know, we've heard a lot of like his friends are all swearing now. And I've heard them a lot, but I've not heard Vinny drop one, but Amber heard him drop the F word the other day. He was we set up the basement like a little like man cave for him and his buddies, like his Xbox is down there and shit. Like with like a futon and, you know, just like his little area. And he was down there with his buddy and he was like, what the fuck? And Amber was like, she called me. She's like, I think I just heard Vinny say, what the fuck? And I'm like, what? She's like, well, he's in the basement with his friend.
You're like, where the fuck do you think he'd hear that from?
So I said something to him later. I'm like, so I heard you dropped a little F-bomb earlier. He's like, what? What? No, I didn't. And I'm like, yeah, we heard it. He was like, oh.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's like where we are in life, man. Like we're like focused on our businesses and like fucking our kids are just growing up. Like people are like, oh, wait, you'll blink, it's over.
Oh, it's true.
And it's happening. I mean, I see more of my wife and Reese every day. Like just like the facial expressions and a little bit of the attitude and the sassing and you know.
So I said to Amber, she's like, he said fuck, and I'm like, Am, when I was in 7th grade, I was saying all that.
Yeah.
And I was smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh my God, don't say that to him.
I said, I forget who I was talking to. Their kid just turned 12. I said, in 2 more years, he'll be old enough to steal his first car. and he was like, we were. I was like, yeah, we were 14. you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's a guidance thing. I don't know. Cars are a little bit harder to steal nowadays.
When we went to the high school for the high school orientation, you know, and before it, they had like a food truck outside and a coffee truck outside, like in the back by like the patio.
They didn't do any of that shit when we were kids.
No, they didn't do shit. But we were sitting, the patio that used to be those benches, you know, now it's like tables. They can sit outside and have lunch, you know. And Amber was talking to a couple of the moms there that also went to Plum. And they were like, we didn't have anything like this. Like, they could sit outside for lunch. And she's like, was this here when you were here? And I was like, well, there were benches. And we used to have lunch and then come outside after we were done eating. I said, this is where we would chew and smoke cigarettes after lunch.
Right. And the benches, the posts were all breaking.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember, like, we'd always try to get, like, 5 or 6 people on the bench. And whoever was on last, we'd be like, 1, 2, 3. And everybody would just fucking boom.
Yeah. She's like, what? They let you smoke out here? And I'm like, let us? Or just like, I don't know what teachers knew or what teachers just turned their head.
Yeah. It was
but like, yeah, we used to do, but 7th grade, dude, like that's when all that shit started, man.
Yeah, I mean, fuck. You don't even realize it when you're in it. You feel like you're an adult. Now they're going to feel the same way. I think kids are different though. I mean, the kids don't drink and hang out in the woods like we used to as kids.
They smoke vape.
Yeah, they vape.
And smoke weed through vape pens and eat edibles and nicotine pouches. Think about this though, dude. Like, how many times were we sitting in class with a chew in, spitting in the carpet, okay? And nowadays, and like, we could have easily gotten caught. I mean, there was a puddle of fucking spit next to us.
The janitors had to hate us.
Yeah. And it was not necessarily that easy to hide a chew. But now with these pouches, these kids could be rocking a pouch all day long and they just swallow it.
Yeah, I wouldn't even have taken pouches off of football practice. I'd have had them in the whole time, dude. It's been sweet.
It's gotten too easy. But now they have vape sensors in the bathrooms, apparently. So
What the fuck is that?
if somebody vapes in the bathroom, alarms go off and there's cameras
to see who's walking out.
out. Yeah, they're not in the bathroom. But there's vape sensors in the bathrooms. We had part of the orientation was
I think that's a crock of shit they're telling people. Like, what's
Well, she said that
detecting?
apparently the vape sensors are so sensitive that if you slam the toilet seat, they go off. I don't understand that.
I wish I'd have been there. I would have had it, like, let me see your vape, dude.
And then slam the toilet seat.
I'm like
I'm out.
Whoops. Yeah, I don't know. These teachers in the schools have it hard because there is so much, like with the phones and the kids' attitudes are different. But we were shits. I don't know. There's so many variables for someone that's his age that blows my mind. Like I say that all the time. My kids are still at an age where they could be anything they want to be when they grow up. Like we don't have that option. Like we're kind of pigeonholed into what we're doing now. I mean, we made our decision. We live with it, but a 7-year-old kid could literally be like, I want to be an astronaut. And part of that's still true.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, a couple years ago, I said, I want to be a fucking astronaut. It was just because I was probably blown out of my little mind. But none of that was true. Like,
yeah, I'm still trying to get my kids to like do a deep dive into AI because I'm like, you got to do this now so that you're ahead of everybody else.
We've talked about it in our house. I told him, I said, just any idea you want, let's make a website for it. Like any idea you want.
Yeah.
And then I also think too, like we have such a hard time with seamstress and tailors, and my daughter's really hands-on and crafty, and like I could probably teach her how to sew. And like when she's 14, 15, she could have a job making $35,000, $40,000 a year, just hanging out.
Hemming pants, dude.
Yeah, and the kicker is I'm like those other like famous teen kid parents, because if she's making 40, I get half too. So I get 40. And that's just how it works with tailors and seamstress.
Yeah.
I'll even do it 60-40 with her, but I'm getting my cut.
60-40, but that 10% goes into a savings account.
Yeah, I mean, because honestly, you could do that all the way through college if she wanted to, or we've had this conversation when me and Sarah first met, and we first talked about kids. Like I have a 2-year degree, she has some college. Neither one of us have a 4-year degree. So it was very important to us at the time. We said, if we have kids together, we're gonna push for them to go to college. Because my dad didn't go to college, and like it just wasn't a priority at that time in our parents' lives. And my mom didn't go to college, and I was like, I want my kid to go to college. But now it'd be like, it's obnoxious to think that I would have to sit my kids down and tell them, you have to go to college. Mm-hmm. Because I like dodged a bullet there. Because I could have a 4-year degree and on top of business debt, have student loan debt, or it could have handcuffed me. I might have not been able to get into business for myself if I had student loan debt. It would have changed the whole way I look at life.
Changed your whole dynamic. Yeah, for sure. Amber and I talked about that recently about, do we push for that?
Right.
And how do we feel about that? And meanwhile, Amber has a degree in early education.
Right.
I mean, she's a teacher, and we both were like, yeah, we don't really think we care.
Yeah.
But because like the bottom line is, if you look at the overall job market right now, there's a lot of college educated people that their job can be done with AI. And it's the return on investment with a college degree, with as expensive as a college degree is now, it's just not there.
Right.
Whereas you could go to plumbing school, you could become an electrician, those jobs are not going to get replaced by AI, and not anytime soon.
Right.
And they're so in demand that you could have an 18-year-old kid learn to be a plumber And by 19, he's making 70, 80, $100,000 a year with no debt.
I say it all the time. My brother, he went to school. He's got his journeyman's or whatever in plumbing, and he's bowed out of the plumbing industry. Went to work at my parents' dry cleaners, and I'm like, dude, you could be making a fucking killing.
Oh yeah,
dude. You could with chalk paint on a truck window, right? We do hot water heaters, $1,900, and you would get 5 a day.
Yep.
You know, if you just did flat pricing, and like you could do 3 hot water heaters in a day, and like, you know, a leaky toilet, you do one of those for $375, $500. You know, you can make a lot of money by yourself without a lot of overhead.
Yep.
To make 150 grand is not out of the question if you're a licensed plumber.
Yep.
And doing it for yourself, and then when you don't want to work Friday, you don't schedule a job.
Yep.
If it's an emergency, you charge 10x.
Yep.
So, and our business is like small, like, you know, if you got to do 100 shirts for $500, right? So like 100 shirts takes 2.5 hours, and you need a person and a machine and a boiler and plus. And I think about it all the time. I have a ProPest tool, I have a PEX tool, I have all those. I'm like, how much trouble could I get in if I just put an ad up that said like certifiably insane plumber, like with the like catch on there? It's like, we do hot water heaters, $1,000.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to have a certified plumber do a hot water heater.
I think maybe
Commercial you do.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not allowed to put a hot water heater in my building, but I could come put one in yours.
In my house.
In your house. Yeah. I mean, obviously I thought that was going to change after what happened in Plum. That happened right when we started the podcast. That was I think a homeowner put a hot water heater in. Shit went south. I thought that Allegheny County's plumbing code, because codes are like, someone dies, there's a code, someone dies, there's a code. So I thought 4 people died, certainly there's going to be a code.
And a lot of property damage.
Yeah, but no, like I could come to your house on a Saturday and put a hot water heater in. I mean, I got a quote to put a hot water heater in the cleaners. It was $2,500. I'm like, what are we talking about here? It's a $900 hot water heater. Like, what? So I didn't replace it myself. I just set it there and I left for the night. And when I came back, it was hooked up.
Amazing.
It was amazing.
Maybe cut that out.
AI did it.
AI did it.
And if you're putting a hot water heater in your house and you're using YouTube or ChatGPT how to figure it out, maybe call a fucking plumber.
Yeah.
Because you could Google rustic ridge and see what the end result of that is. Although, like, gas is weird because people think like when a pipe bursts with water, there's water everywhere, right? Well, gas is like literally like 0.33 PSI or something coming down the line. So like, it's not, you can hold your thumb over a pinhole in a pipe with gas in it and it won't leak. Don't let it go. Sure as fuck don't smoke that cigarette. But like, it's not this volatile explosion just because your pipe broke with gas. It's when it like fills the room.
Yeah.
And then
boom.
Yeah, it's not like Shooter when he like kicks the fucking pipe and then blows the,
yeah.
Maybe that was I don't fucking know. But I don't know. I think that the trades are, I mean, just to think about it, just get tires on a van, you need that mechanic. And like these shops.
Those hourly rates are going up and up and up.
Right, because I mean, once the job force has shrunk down, you know, and you think if you got a leaky toilet and it's now soaking into your floor and into your basement, and you're hiring the first plumber that you called, right? Because if you don't know any better, you don't know some people don't know how to turn a supply line off. So now you're like, all right, I can get there. I'll be there in 20 minutes, but you're gonna pay like through the teeth for that. So that's like, I mean, I know my dad taught me a lot just because we didn't have money. So that's how you learn how to fix shit. You know, I've seen those videos where like, how do you know how to fix all this stuff? It's like, because I'm poor and we couldn't hire someone to come to the house. So I learned a lot. And you see these like videos online, and maybe that's important too to teach your kids. So if my kids don't want to go outside and play, maybe they start teaching them how to like read a tape measure and shit like that. So my son told me, you know, Dad, not all kids are outside kids. All right, dude. Cool. But
He's got a point. There was a bear in your yard.
look at this motherfucker. Fucking drinking sugar water, dude, hanging out. This is what I saw from my house. I seen him going across the top of the fucking driveway. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, I seen him from fucking my driveway. I'm like, what the fuck? That's a fucking, what? Then Dan's like, there's a bear. I'm like, I fucking know, dude. I should have fucking just poked it, dude. If I'd have had 4 beers in me and was sitting in my driveway and he was like slow, I'd have fucking put a 30-06 on that motherfucker. He'd have been a puddle of mush. I thought this was the cutest
He'd have
video.
been a sweet rug.
He's just chugging sugar water out of the hummingbird feeder, dude.
Dude, send me that.
He'll have A1C. He's all over the area, dude. He's been on Hart's Run. He's been fucking just chilling.
And now a brief word from our sponsors. You've got a full plate. Kids, meetings, workouts, side hustles. There's better things to do than laundry. Introducing Wash, laundry reimagined for the modern world. Schedule your pickup in seconds via the convenient web app. Wash picks up your clothes, cleans with care, and brings them back fresh and ready to wear. But it's more than garments. From bedding and table linens to shoes, hats, purses, and more. Wash handles all your life's fabric, leaving you more time for life. Visit pickupwashdeliver.com to see how convenient it can be to do the wash. This episode is also presented by One Tom Plumber. At One Tom Plumber, in-house licensed plumbers bring rapid response and expert solutions straight to your home or business. Whether it's an emergency or routine plumbing service, they're your one-call 24/7 to clear the problem and restore comfort. Trusted across Pittsburgh and surrounding communities with transparent pricing, respectful service, and true reliability. Save this number for when you need it most. 412-307-7622. That's 412-307-7622. Or visit BetweenTwoBridgesPodcast.com/support. And now, back to the show.
Yeah, we did have a bear in the neighborhood. That was fucking wild. So we live in O'Hara, which isn't Marionville.
Right.
You know, when you see that, you start to think bigger picture. So like everybody talks about how Cranberry Mars is on the rise and like there's all these new homes and Pine, Richland and all that. Well, you really just eliminated all the woods there. Yeah. And the bear doesn't like get out its Google Maps and be like, all right, which way's north?
Yeah, which way are there more woods?
Yeah, they're
just wandering.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a big reason why Oakmont has such a deer problem is that there's all this development going on and all like the development on Coxcomb, that Oakmont Heights or whatever they call it. That that was all wooded area. Those deer have to go somewhere.
Yeah, when I was in high school and even in college, I was good for 3-4 deer out of Oakmont a year. Mm-hmm. Now I'm not allowed to go do that anymore. Mm-hmm. You know, so if you figure it's been 10 years, that's 40 deer that are running around Oakmont that had my name on them.
I went for a walk. I started going for walks in the morning. I went for a walk Monday morning. Wait, what day is today? It was Tuesday morning. And just like hour and a half I was walking. It was like 2.5 miles. And in that amount of time, I think I literally walked past like, oh, there's a deer. 8 deer.
So right before we moved, like one of my conditions was I wanted to be able to see deer in my yard. Like when we move, I wanted that. And if I had to shoot a deer, I wanted the ability to be able to do it. My house, I do have that. Now I didn't sign up for fucking bears, but it was cool. And I have woodpeckers and I've seen hawks. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of wildlife there. But like, dude, when we were cleaning out the Oakmont house, there was a deer eating my hossa below the front railing. And it didn't even know I was there. It was just eating. And I was like, I think I can reach over and just smack this deer's ass. And I was like, oh, whack. Dude, it jumped up and took off. Yeah, smacked the right in the ass. It was funny. I was like, I should have never moved. I could have cut its throat. So, but yeah, I mean, and there's not as many hunters, I don't think.
You're probably right. Oakmont's actually considering hiring a team to come in and I guess archery at night and just.
To me, it's just a crock of shit. Like, let the people that like to hunt do it. Yep. There's residents in Oakmont that
do it for
hunt.
Free.
I would do it for nada.
Yep.
But they do, the program that they do though is nice, is the meat goes to the homeless.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, and it is significantly, it's like a good chunk of meat that they get throughout the state. So, I had friends that lived up north, like Portersville way, and the last day of deer season, they would put on these huge amounts of drives. There'd be like 30 hunters with like 6 shooters, and they would just push deer into ravines and just mow them down. And even though not everybody had a hunting license for said deer, they would take them back to this one Amish guy, and like he fed his community with these deer, which, as residents of PA, there are deer. You know what I mean? That's the thing with the bear. Like the bear's native. It's not like some dude down the street had an alligator and fucking got out of the cage. That bear lives here. So
my question though with this whole thing, like Oakmont, these other communities are also facing the same issue with all this deer. It's becoming an infestation. So they're going to pay to have this company come in or this team come in and hunt these deer. Why not issue tags, like a local Oakmont tag, to hunters? And then not only does you don't have to pay, but you can charge the hunters $50 per tag and let them go wild.
So Allegheny County has a program, and O'Hara has a program where there's certain people that donate, like offer up their property and make it like a hunting safe zone where you're allowed to hunt. And then you go and take a test. So years ago, Allegheny County had it at Boyce Park. They put a paper plate at like 30 yards with a bow and arrow, and you had to put 3 arrows into the paper plate to like say you could shoot a bow and arrow.
Yeah, you know how to do it.
And maybe they could do something like that, but I don't know. It's just a real problem.
Yeah, I guess you don't want amateurs, but I think if you put a cost on it, I don't think many amateurs are going to be running out and buying a freaking compound bow.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, man. Like the bows nowadays, they whip. They're fast. A regular compound bow shoots just as fast as a crossbow.
Yeah.
Like, back in the day when I had a 2-cam Fred Bear, probably 400 feet a second or something. They're 1,400, 1,600 feet a second now. They're like slugs. But I don't know. Yeah, that's
you don't want arrows flying through people's fucking windows and shit.
Are they gonna would they have silenced rifles? Because that would be sweet.
No, it's still gonna have to abide by Allegheny County rules, so it's gonna be archery only, and I guess it has to go by. They're not going to do anything until deer season. You still have to go by state law.
Yeah, because the game commissions, they actually own the deer. That's their.
Yeah, so you still have to wait till deer season, hunting season for deer, and since it's Allegheny County, it has to be a bow.
Yeah, so they could open Boyce Park up. Penn Hills Park, like Dark Hollow Woods, and allow them to start shooting deer in there.
Yeah. But the problem is, like with Oakmont, like I guess you have to be like 15 yards from a house or something like that. But
50.
Is it 50?
Yeah, 100 with a gun, 50 with a bow.
Yeah, so that becomes challenging.
Yeah.
In Oakmont.
Well, I hunted a lot behind Oakmont Country Club. Like, if you just go down like Allegheny River Boulevard past the Water Authority all the way back into there. We used to hunt there. And, dude, I was hunting one day, speaking of a bear at my house, and I like looked over to the other ravine and I saw a bear and then 2 more bear. And I'm like, wow. And then I told people and they were like, dude, what, you're retarded. There's no bear in Oakmont. I'm like, all right. Well, then the following summer they hosted the U.S. Amateur at Oakmont. Mm-hmm. And there was a picture in the Post-Gazette of Mama Bear and 2 cubs running across the fairway in the morning. They're around.
Oh, yeah.
It's just this time of year, I think they're starting to mate, I would assume.
Probably. They're moving for sure.
Yeah. So they're the young are leaving their parents, trying to figure out where their territory is. It's just, I don't know. It's cool to see it. It's.
Yeah. And the fact is, like, the bear we see around here are black bear.
They're not grizzly bears like you see on Netflix.
Yeah, they're not aggressive. They're more afraid of us than we are of them. Maybe.
Yeah, don't startle them.
They're afraid of us. Don't startle them. Don't corner them. Don't go anywhere near a baby.
Yeah, the mama bear will fuck you up.
Yeah, but as long as they don't feel threatened, like you just need to get big and get loud, and they'll run away.
Yeah, or carry a gun.
Yeah,
guns Guns can solve problems. They don't just create problems.
Yeah, depending on the gun, though, you may be unloading that thing in that bear.
Yeah, that's why I didn't grab the 38 when I went to go see it. I grabbed the biggest one I could grab. I should have grabbed the .6.
Yeah.
So, the thing with a deer, I think, I had an old timer tell me one time, he said, there's groundhogs everywhere, right? You see groundhogs everywhere. He said, we need a Great Depression because during the Great Depression, you couldn't find a groundhog because they're like, people ate them, And like, there's so many people like, I'm not eating venison. Like, okay, fine. But, people enjoyed it and had someone that actually knew how to.
Venison's good.
Yeah, because people, if you knew how to cook it, But like, everybody always wants to give people deer meat, ground meat, and be like, here, this is venison. No, there's back straps and there's all kind of shit in that thing. You ain't getting it.
Yeah, that's the thing, is the hunters don't want to give that up.
No. So, but yeah, it's become a problem all across the Commonwealth, actually. But yeah, the development all around here.
Yeah, they keep building houses and tearing down woods, and that's what happens. You're displacing animals.
I'll tell you where there's not a lot of deer, in 2F, where I hunt. There's not a lot of deer up there because all these son of bitches from down here went up there and killed them all. So they should just pack a bunch of them up in a truck,
ship them back up,
take them up to Marionville and drop them off. So that's always like during hunting season, people post on the 2F Outdoors page and they're like, I got this in 2F. And someone's like, son of a bitch, you shot the last deer in 2F. So I don't know. So what's on the agenda for the 4th of July, man?
We have a big party for my family has a big party every 4th of July, and we hang out up there. And
I'll watch the hot dog eating contest.
Yeah.
Sheets got a new hot dog. They have a Nathan's hot dog at Sheets now.
Do they?
Yeah, it's a 10-inch boiled hot dog. Like, why? You don't have a grill back there? Like, it's a boiled fucking hot dog. I got it. I was like, I eat the little ones because they're cheap and easy and quick. Now I had to like muscle through a 10-inch extra large Nathan's boiled hot dog. I'm like, you don't have a roller?
Dude, even a flat top, dude.
I'm like, Velocity's got a roller. It's a charity event you went to. Sheets can't put a fucking...
Well, that's where you got it. It was from a Sheets.
Yeah, because they were like, we'll just boil the hot dogs. And it was $4.30.
For a hot dog?
For a hot dog. I'm like, man, I got
gypped. Get a hot dog cart.
TBD. Yeah, but I'm thinking like, flat top it.
Yeah.
Actually, I've had deep fried hot dogs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're good.
I like a fried hot dog, like a pan fried hot dog. Yeah. That's good. Slice them up a little bit, like score the tops, throw a little butter in there. They get all crispy.
Yeah, delicious. Put a little American cheese on top.
Oh, yeah, dude. So, there's nothing. I love a fucking hot dog with cheese on it.
Yeah, I'm a big hot dog fan, but not Sheets. They missed the mark, dude. They had a big sign with this big, good-looking hot dog on there. I'm like, man, they finally took my advice because I've always said I'll pay $2 for one good hot dog.
Yeah.
Like, just give me one good hot dog. I don't need two for $1. They're shitty hot dogs. But man, they just Sheets got it made, man. Nathan's hot dog, $4.27.
Dude,
boiled.
Talking about gas stations, I got it figured out. Okay, when I forgot to bring this up.
Did you go to Buc-ee's?
Twice.
Okay.
So we went to a Buc-ee's. We were talking during the trip. We during my motorcycle trip, we went down south. We toward Gatlinburg.
Nate, have you been to a Buc-ee's?
No. Oh, buddy.
Good, man. I thought I was the last person in America.
Listen, so we left Gatlinburg. We were like, we should try to see if there's a Buc-ee's on the way. So we were looking at the map, and we're like, dude, we're going to drive right by one. Right by a highway. So we planned that was where we were going to get fuel and stop at Buc-ee's. So we stopped there, had breakfast, had a they call it like a monster burrito, had like eggs and bacon and sausage and ham and cheese. It was fucking amazing.
You're a daring bastard eating a burrito on a motorcycle trip.
Wow, it was Buc-ee's. So listen, Buc-ee's is insane. Okay, it's like it's a department store with like 100 gas pumps.
It's like Kaufman's.
It's huge. They have everything. Okay, dude, they have a deli case bigger than any deli case that you're going to see in a Giant Eagle. All it is, fucking jerky. Different types of beef jerky. All made there. Like, their jerky. Every different fucking flavor you can imagine.
Dude, my kids went to Memphis last year. Sarah and the kids went to Memphis, and their first, stop on
Buc-ee's?
the trip was Buc-ee's, and I was like, wish I'd have went now.
Yeah. So we left there. We started heading north, and a couple hours later, we need fuel again. And we see a sign that says Buc-ee's 8 miles. So we're like, we stopping at Buc-ee's again? So we stopped at a second Buc-ee's, and it was, dude, it's unbelievable.
You think it would do well up here?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Dude, it was so busy. Both Buc-ee's were packed.
Yeah.
Cars all over the place, getting fuel, parked in a parking
People
lot.
were buying T-shirts and shit. I see Buc-ee's T-shirts.
I bought a water jug, like a Yeti, but it's not. It's one of the other brands. It's red with a Buc-ee's logo on it. Dude, everything you could possibly want.
They got it figured out.
They got it figured out. They had everything from beer to clothing, toys, normal gas station stuff.
Could you get a haircut there?
No, but dude, the employees, there's like this big round hot foods thing in the middle that's like, Sheetz has that little like pre-made hot food thing. It was like that, but it was like an entire island, okay? And the employees are in the middle of it, and all these employees are doing are like, this guy here, his job is to make pulled pork sandwiches, wrap them in foil, and slide them down this little heat thing. And there's brisket, there's pulled pork, there's all this different stuff. They're chanting some sort of Buc-ee's chant, okay? They're like so excited, Buc-ee's, Buc-ee, and they're making this stuff, and then the customers are joining in the chant. It is like a cult. It's crazy. It was one of the wildest situations I've ever experienced.
So where's the closest Buc-ee's to us?
There's 2 that are within minutes of this distance-wise. One's like near Dayton, Ohio.
Okay.
And one's in Richmond, Kentucky. And they're both about 4 hours from Pittsburgh. And I think the Richmond, Kentucky one is like a little bit further than the Dayton one, but about the same.
That's funny.
Dude, it's insane. They're so big that the parking lot the second one had 2 traffic circles and traffic lights in the parking lot to manage the traffic. It's wild.
We should build a Buc-ee's.
They're all corporate owned. They're not franchises.
Who knew, man?
Based in Texas, and they're working their way north. Apparently there's going to be one in Toledo, Ohio, or somewhere closer to us, but not until 2028. But it's they're working their way. They're huge, and it's like you think of the biggest, newest, nicest Sheetz, and it's that times like 10 or 15.
For real?
Yeah. I'm not exaggerating. There were like 100 gas pumps. It was insane.
No one really goes there for the gas, though.
Dude, the gas is cheap.
Okay.
The gas is cheap. There were cars everywhere. The only thing that was irritating is, do you know how there are so many assholes that park at a gas pump and then leave their car there and go inside?
Yeah, I'm that way.
Yeah, you're an asshole. I hate that. But it's one thing when it's a Sheetz or a Get-Go because you're only in there for a minute, right? But if you're in a Buc-ee's, you could be shopping for like an hour while your car's sitting in a gas pump. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's why they need so many. I always, like when I first started dating Sarah, she'd get on my shit about that. But like, I was so used to going in and paying cash for gas that that's kind of how I used to do it. Go in and get your chew.
Yeah, no, I hate you. I hate you for that.
Come out and pump gas.
Unless you're going in to pay cash.
Yeah.
There
I'm
is
totally
no reason to
observant
park
of
your car
that because like yesterday I went to Sheetz to get gas and like I was going to the end pump because like it was kind of full and I really don't like to go to the end pump when I'm getting gas because that's the diesel. And there was this big like F450 coming this way and I could see it in his face. He's like, dude, fuck. Mm-hmm. And I went around him and let him get there, because the diesel pump's only on both ends.
I know.
And if you need diesel.
I have a diesel truck and nothing drives me crazier.
Seeing like a little Chevy Equinox.
Have some little shitty car parked there and there's no driver around and I'm like, not only did you take the diesel pump, you parked your fucking car there.
That's how I got my flat tire, dude.
Put my knife away. Yeah, it's infuriating.
Yeah, so I mean, we're headed into July, man. It's like
it's crazy. Time halfway through the year already.
Yeah, time is just cruising. You got a birthday. This will come out before your birthday.
Yeah, right before my birthday, turning a big 4.2.
Then you're going to need glasses.
Nope.
Yeah, it's coming, bud.
No, I tried your glasses on last week. I couldn't see shit.
Yeah. Keep looking at that screen like that, dude. I don't know how you can see it. I'm impressed. He's like, I could see that. Crazy. So, what else is going? What's going on in the world of AI? What's going on with the fucking fountain or the reflection pole down in DC?
I don't know. AI hasn't been able to figure that out. No, just working through. I definitely, I'm waiting for Claude to be like, do you have ADD? Because I just start projects and then I'm diverted to this one and then I go back to this one and I have like so many in process. But
I had a lot of things that were going on that couldn't be accomplished with AI, like hands-on shit that was going on the last couple of days. And I pulled my phone out and was like, I miss you. So
yeah, that's a problem. I don't know. I feel like when I have a day where I'm like so busy that I don't get to do anything with AI, I feel like it's such a waste because I didn't use any of my usage for Claude. And I'm like, I'm wasting usage.
They should bank it.
They should. They don't. They don't though. So
yeah, we started like the band uniform time of year, which is like, those are like one of the few things in our business that are like big one-time paydays. Man, it's like a daunting task because like once you start, it's just like they're coming one after another. But we got a new press hooked up last week. It helped very, very much so. It's very nice. And those are the things that I love. Like no one's there. I'm there by myself. I'm wrenching on something. There's tangible at the end. It's there and it works. And it's inevitable that I will get a phone call like, how much longer? And like every time I like say, oh, I'm almost done, that's when like, you know, the pipe busts and nothing works after that phone call. It's always the worst.
Yep.
So that's been like, Sarah's figured out a way to like circumvent that a lot because we do share our locations. Mm-hmm. So like if I'm there, she knows I'm not like hanging out, sleeping on the floor. Like she knows I'm there working, so she doesn't like bother to call.
Yeah.
But
yeah, this is the time of year and this is going to come out on the 1st. So it's technically going to be after the first due date. But if you haven't done it yet, you need to pay attention to this, but it's annual report season.
Yeah.
So Pennsylvania started last year that every corporation and every LLC in the state of Pennsylvania has to file an annual report. So we've been trying to power through all those. And it's funny though, like we're in the second year and I came in today and I'm like, you know what? I've sent out emails. I've posted on Facebook and I'm not getting anybody to like respond. And I know these people aren't doing it. So I thought today I'm going to make a list of all my companies that I work with, like tax returns, payroll, bookkeeping. I'm going to just contact them all. I'm literally going to send them a text message. I'm going to call them, send them an email, like a private, like a personal email and say, hey, do you want me to do this or not? And, I spent pretty much all day filing annual reports. I still have some left to do, but it's good because it's a nice revenue generator for us on a non-tax season month, you know?
Right.
But, yeah, if you need it filed, let us know because we can take care of it for you.
Dude, and it's funny because, you know, my algorithm's built towards business and business ownership, and like there's 1,000 companies out there right now that are doing that, that are like, you need to PA filing.
Yeah,
like,
and a lot of them are really expensive.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. That to me, it's like, that'd be like having a company that's like, do you need to renew your auto registration?
Yeah.
Like for $99.99, we'll renew your auto registration and you're going to pay the state. Like,
yeah.
You know.
Yeah. A lot of people just don't want to be bothered with it.
Right. Well, and they make it sound severe, like there's severe penalties.
Yeah.
You don't.
Probably, I mean, I guess they haven't charged any penalties yet. And I had some people that I did today that they didn't file last year. So it said overdue. I think that the big threat to it for Pennsylvania businesses is that if you don't do it, they'll eventually just close your make you
and then
inactive.
you'll have to refile.
You have to refile, or worst case scenario, somebody comes in and steals your name.
Right.
So you could end up having to change the name of your business because you lost your LLC, which is a problem.
Huh. That would be funny. Well, hey, if someone gets mine, they can have it, and they can have all the debt that comes with it. So,
Yeah.
careful what you wish for there.
Yeah. So you got to do it. Some of these companies are charging $175, $200, $250. It's not, we charge $100. It's not that complicated. Especially for our clients, because we already have all their information.
Right.
We know everything about them. So,
The other thing that gets me as a business owner is like if you file for a new LLC, they're obviously selling someone's obviously in the pipeline for that information, because you could file an LLC for anything and you're going to get the envelope 3 days later saying you need to buy labor law relations posters.
you know where that comes from. It comes from Pittsburgh Business Times.
Okay.
So Pittsburgh Business Times they publish it.
Yeah, it's part of your payment. You're paying to publish the information, right?
I don't know why, because so the rules when you set up a corporation is you're supposed to advertise in 2 publications. An LLC, you don't have to do that. That's why so many people are doing LLCs. There's less of that kind of burden.
Right.
But Pittsburgh Business Times always publishes new businesses in the area. So I think that there's companies that just scrape those publications and then send out a letter.
Yeah, I scrape publications. I do it for new home sales.
Yeah, they do the same thing for home sales.
Welcome wagons will do it. Like, that's the thing, like that welcome wagon, they've approached for us to advertise before, but like those are things that are going, like if you can do it with a click of a button in AI, why would you pay $550 a month?
Right.
Where you could do it yourself.
Yeah.
And it's more personable.
And I've tried that. Like I used to subscribe to Pittsburgh Business Times, and then every week I would go through that, and I would send out a letter, or I'd send out an email to these business owners, and I just never got anything out of it. The thing that those companies really do well, and it's kind of shady, is that they make the forms look like official legal documents that you got from the state.
Well, that's the one for the posters.
Yeah. They make it look like, I have to spend $300, or I have to get a certified paperwork that says that I'm in good standing. I need this. I get that when I set up an LLC for a client, I constantly get a text message or an email. Do I have to do this? Is this real? Is this legit? No, it is not legit. Do not do it. You do not need that. But they go out every time, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit.
And then you end up getting like loan forms, and I just set up a new LLC the other day, and now I'm getting credit card offers and loan offers, and I'm like, dude, come on.
Yeah, makes you wonder. Like let's set up an LLC. Capital One sends us one for $1,000. This one sends a free credit or whatever. We'll just take them all.
Yeah, the problem is when their LLC's brand new like that, they're going to get personal guarantees on everything. It's not until, I have a bunch of companies, right? And I've borrowed money, whether it's for a vehicle or whether it's for property. And Landmark is the oldest of my companies, right? It's the most established. And it's just now when I can actually start borrowing just on Landmark with no personal guarantee.
Right.
Which is really nice.
Yeah, you can, I don't know. They do those like annual revenue loans. Banks will do them. Mm-hmm. They're like 10% of your annual. You can get those, but like when you're just starting out, your annual revenue might be $30,000. You're getting $300.
Yeah, $3,000. Yeah,
you're $3,000, but yeah, it's complicated for sure, And I'm not a worry about it kind of person. Like I don't worry about much. Like it is what it is.
Yeah.
But for someone that is like very organized and detail oriented and worried, that shit will drive you crazy.
Oh yeah. I think when you're in business long enough, especially in my business, when I see all the IRS letters, I see the state letters, I see all this shit. Like I'll have a client, oh my God, I got a letter from the IRS. And I'm like, it's not that big of a deal.
I was looking for an owner's card in my van, the delivery van the other day, and I found a letter from the IRS. And I'm like, didn't open that one. I'm like, when was this from? It was from like May of 24 when we bought the van. I must have had some mail that I put in the glove box. So I'm like, it couldn't have been that important, right? Yeah. And I opened it. It was the change of address. Mm-hmm. I was like, whew. Yeah. I figured it wasn't anything major.
People all the time. Dude, that's frustrating because like I had a client one time that the address for his business on the tax returns, like the annual tax returns was one thing. And it was like literally, instead of it saying Avenue, it said AVE. But whenever we filed his payroll taxes, it said Avenue. And every time we filed the other one, he'd get letters saying we changed your address, because that's that when you're with the IRS, whatever address you put in your tax return, they'll update their system. They'll do the change of address. But every time, like we'd file his payroll, they change it to that. But then we file his tax return and they change it back. And then the next quarter we file his payroll and they change it back. And he was constantly getting these letters. And the way they do those change of address letters is they send one to the new address and one to the old address. So he'd get two
at the same address.
Because the mailman is delivering Ave and Avenue to the same place.
Right.
You know? But it was funny because he's like, why am I getting these letters all the time? And I'm like, dude, I don't understand why they're going back and forth between Ave and Avenue. And then I looked and I saw, I was like, oh, that's why. That's
Great.
Us.
Yeah.
That's us. Sorry. Let me change this one.
Yeah. There's just, I mean, people will say like, I treat the place like I own it. Until you own it, you don't know. It's like, it's impossible to know.
Yeah.
There's just so much. And you get good at juggling it, you know? So when the coffers are flush, it's not a problem. It's when the coffers get low that you're like, oh shit.
Yep.
So we had a new meter put in the cleaners when we got the 3-phase power down there, and they didn't bill me for it. Like they weren't sending.
What, Buc-ee light or whatever?
West Penn Power.
Got it.
So they weren't sending any bills for it.
Yeah.
And we were like, I'm thinking, eventually I'm going to get it, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm never going to just not. I mean, hey, I heard stories about this though. 3rd Street in Oakmont, there was houses that never got a water bill when Edgewater was there because they were houses off the property for the Edgewater company. So there was no meters. And I think whenever they shut Edgewater down and started tearing it up, people were like, what do you mean we got to pay a water bill? Maybe it's an old story I heard, but I remember hearing it at one point. But I was thinking like, I'll get it eventually, but like any money I can save now, that's great. Well, I think it was 15 months, they finally sent a big old electric bill. And I was like, whew, that one's going to hurt. And I called them and I was like, I don't think I use this much. Like, I think your meter's all fucking out of whack. And they admitted to that they didn't send the invoice. And I said, I know that in commercial electricity, there's no budget. There's no payment plan.
No, there's no payment plan, and they can shut you off.
Right.
There's no leeway.
So we got to play some checkers here. And I talked to the lady, and she said when it's their fault, like they made a fault, so we were able to set up a payment plan for it.
Oh, that's nice.
So I finally made the last payment.
Okay.
On a $7,000 unexpected electric bill. They put it into 4 payments for me, dude. I mean, okay. 4 easy payments.
How nice of them.
I mean, if I'd have bought a quickie mop on QVC, I get 13 fucking payments.
They charge you interest?
No.
That's nice.
But it's relief to go on there and see like a $561 electric bill now. Because when I was in Key West and I opened the electric bill and was like, who owes what? That ain't me. Who's for any dry cleaning LLC? We didn't file that.
Who is that?
Yeah, so that's the unexpected. You know, it goes from like a $8,000 bill or a flat tire or, you know, someone calls off, but that's the fun part. Mm-hmm. That's the juggling act.
That's what we do. Every day is something new. It's always interesting, bud.
Yes. So we won't shoot before the 4th of July. So what's your prediction on the amount of hot dogs Joey Chestnut's
How many did you do last year?
Do you know it was like 77 or something like that?
I don't watch it.
Yeah, it's pretty gross, dude. It's pretty gross.
I like a good hot dog, bro, but I can't watch somebody.
Can't eat a year's worth in one sitting.
Dude, I don't even eat 77 hot dogs in a year.
Yeah. I don't know. I think what we're going to do for the 4th of July is we're going to make a time capsule, me and the kids. And
bury it?
Yeah.
It's cool.
We're going to bury it in the neighbor's yard, though. So that way if I move, I can come dig their shit up.
Yeah.
So we should do one for the podcast.
Yeah.
So, all right, man.
Okay, buddy.
That's a week. Love you, bud.
Till next time. Love you, bud.
Thank you for listening to Between Two Bridges, a business-to-business podcast. Find and follow us on your preferred podcast streaming platform. Join us socially on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X. Visit our website for links to all the businesses we've showcased, additional content, and merch. If you or someone you know would like to be on the show, email us at info@betweentwobridgespodcast.com. Till next time, make it till you rake it.
So Mara told me today that he had a complete stranger approach him. I just ran into a stranger who said to me, I just watched the 100th episode of Between Two Bridges the other night.
He's worse than Nate with the baseball season. He's fucking 41 episodes behind. The guy didn't elaborate on who he was. He just ran in there. Yeah.
He said just some stranger. I don't know if I told you, but Sean Truby reached out to me.
Yeah, he sent it to both of us. Yeah. We didn't tell you, I don't think.
So he had a lady call him and say, hey, my husband just died. We live in Baden, but we saw you on the Between Two Bridges podcast and
we felt a connection.
And we want to have the funeral there.